Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, September 16th, 2021. We are again in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms who are controlling it intraday, and they muscle their way in there because they're dealing with the most money, and they take the price away from the day traders and algorithms. I consider the closing price to be the best price of the day, the most valid price of the day to make your buying and selling decisions. And that's why I am an end-of-day trader when it comes to my swing trades. And I believe, and I feel very strongly that it provides a long-term edge in your trading by doing so. So thanks for coming today. I appreciate it. It's always nice to see everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful trading day. I hope you're having a wonderful day in general. And it's been kind of a wild one here for sure. We'll go over everything, but thanks for coming. Appreciate you spending your time here, cutting out some time and reserving some time. And I hope by following this channel, it's helping you become a better trader and a better investor. Currently, the Dow is down 25 points, down 0.07%. The NASDAQ, however, has turned green. It's up 16 points, up 0.11, and the S&P is down 2.58. But we have had quite a big recovery off of the lows, which I am definitely thankful for. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I had some wonderful day trades today. Today was a great day for day trading on Apple, Amazon, IWM. I'll share those trades with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board where my students have their positions. We're going to talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and we'll see how those trades are working out. After that, I'm going to talk about trader psychology, my favorite subject, because it's the most important subject in trading is your psychology and managing your emotions and following your plan. After that, I do have some end of day potential candidates today that we'll go through as we get closer to the end of the day. But I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner, and that is where I found these potential end of day candidates. As always, I have three requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, combination confluence of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, have to have a good risk to reward ratio of at least 2-to-1 based upon strong support below me and strong and likely resistance above me. And then lastly, I need to have a complete trading plan regardless of what I'm trading, regardless of what approach I'm using. And for me, at least, that includes position sizing based upon the current market volatility. Second, I need to know what my maximum allowed loss is. Third, I need to know where my emergency stop is. Fourth, I need to know where my end of day stop is. Fifth, I need to know where my intraday profit targets are. Sixth, I need to know where significant overhead resistance levels are. And seventh, I need to have a good trailing stop methodology in place. So using all of that criteria, I'll go through the potential end-of-day candidates. We'll look at the multiple time frames. We'll look at the risk to rewards. We'll keep in mind correlation. And something looks good, checks all the boxes at the end of the day, I will purchase it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If you need clarification on anything I discussed today, please let me know. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, put them in the live stream chat, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I'll do my very best to get to those and take a look and give you my opinion before the market closes. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new updates for me today up on the board, if you could please just wait till the close of the market, wait till the market's closed so that I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, pressure's off, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get your positions updated. Okay, so I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Michael Wilkinson, aka Lova, is here today. Good to see you, Mike. Good chatting with you yesterday as well. Steve Burns is here. Hello, traders. Nice to see you, Steve. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for coming to this channel every day. Really appreciate it. I say it every day, but I really do mean it, and I'm sure everyone else appreciates as well. So thanks, bud. Tom is here. Good to see you, Tom. Tom says, hi, gang. Johnson is here. Hello, Johnson. Nice to see you as always. Hello, Greg and all. Good to see you, Johnson. Nigma. Hello, 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 peeps. Hello. Good to see you, Nigma. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Kamal is here. Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Hope you're feeling well, having a good day. There's my friend Packy. Good to see you, Paxton. Hello, Greg and everyone. Hello, Paxton. Good chatting with you yesterday. Dan is here with the peace sign. Thank you, my friend. Always appreciate that peace sign. I really, really do. Okay. Well, let's get started. All right, here we go. Tom, David, and I did buy Expedia with a close under, close over the 200-day moving average. We had a false breakout the downside. We had a V1. I bought here at 147.37. It is currently 151.22. It's down 10 cents off the lows, and this particular trade up 2.51%. I will be locking in. Oh no! Sorry. I will not. Different trade approach. This is off of the 200. So anyway, looking good. Not quite to 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. But getting close. Once I do that, I will go into trailing stop level with the close below the previous day's low. So anyway, so far, so good. FCX. Oy. Well, so listen, I put emergency stops in on trades. About 95% of the time they don't hit, but unfortunately today was one of the ones. And I guess it's a good learning lesson. I guess a good teaching lesson, because no matter how good of a setup, and this was a good setup, 520 crossover, back test very, very nicely. It just completely reversed on us. So I bought this at 36.75. This follows gold. Gold got hammered today. That's the reason why. Did hit my emergency stop down here at 34.22. So haven't hit an emergency stop for a long time, but I did hit it, and unfortunately 6.78% loss on this trade. It has recovered since then, but you know, I have to come up with an amount in my head where I say, look, if it hits the fan, this is as much as I'm willing to risk on any one trade. I don't care how good it is. I don't care what my feelings are. If I hit it, I hit it, and I did hit it. So I got out intraday. Normally I wait till the end of the day before I do anything unless it hits my emergency stop, and it did. So I am out of this. Ava, Steve, Miko, Tom, Jonathan, David, Lova, Dynamic Duo. Yep, we all got that one. I don't know if everyone hit their emergency stops or if what they're doing, but you can update me at the end. So that was unfortunate for sure. Here we go. David and Tom and myself, we did short Goldman Sachs. A perfect example. You know, I get a lot of people asking me about shorting. Well, this is exactly what it should look like. We have a high with tall MACD bars. We pull back into red. We make a higher high on lower MACD bars. This indicates that there is a double top with a bearish divergence. It came from a higher high. I don't like to short higher highs, but what I did do is I shorted the first lower high with the V2 as a trigger, 411.39. As it went down, I took profits. I got out of half of my position here with the 50 rejection of the 50. Yesterday, hit two profit targets again, gapped open, hit two profit targets again at 139.74 and 398.74 and 395.53. It has lost the 50 RSI. So I am still short this trade and doing pretty well. This particular trade, entry to close up 3.44%. So don't do a lot of shorting, but this was such a good example of a good short. I just couldn't let it go. ICE. All right. So Tom, Lova, and I did buy ICE, return to value, sideways motion, V2, bought here at 119.06. It's 119.20. It is up 0.37% on the day, and it is also up on the trade. It did test my halfway the washout bar yesterday and today. Looks like it's going to close above, so I will keep. So glad that this is up on the day and glad that it is up on the trade. SPY. All right, overnight SPY trade. I do buy every day at the close, hold it overnight, sell it first thing the next morning. A little bit of a loss, bought at 447.88 yesterday at the close, and sold at 447.32. So a little bit of an overnight loss from 447.88 down to 447.32. Of course, I will be buying this again at the close, selling it first thing tomorrow morning. Visa. All right, Jonathan, Miko, Ava, and myself did buy Visa. Actually, Ava bought it yesterday. I bought it over here with the rejection of the 200-day moving average, rejection of the negative third ATR channel, rejection of the 30 RSI. Bought it here at 224.08. Immediately went up. Nice. Took profits along the way. We got up to trailing stop level. Then I get a close below the previous day's low. I locked in half profits there. Continue to go down. This is why I like to buy at the end of the day. We did yesterday. We went under the 200, but then we closed back over, keeping me in this original trade. So up on the day, up on the trade. Ava did buy Visa yesterday with an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average and a V1. She bought it. No, I didn't put the price, but right there about. So anyway, everyone's up on this trade and up on the day, up on the trade. Grateful for that. All right, let's get over into day trades. I'll take the first one first. Here we had some sideways motion. We had a big strong up bar on volume. I did not buy it then. I waited for it to come back. When it came back to halfway of the bar, I didn't wait till the end of the bar. I just bought it intra-bar, and I got a great price, $34.55.70. Moved up, took some profits at $34.58.80. Took some more profits at $34.62.80. Took some more profits at $34.67.50. And then when it got up here, I just felt like it was getting a little stretchy and took the rest off at $34.70.60. So in at $34.55.70, out at $34.59.80, out at $34.62.80, out at $34.67.50, and then out at $34.70.60. I didn't really have a trigger to get out. It was just enough. It was a good trade. So let's take these off to clean up the chart. All right, and then I had an earlier trade on Amazon right here. We had a rejection, intra-bar rejection of the 200-day moving average. We had a V1, closed back above the 250 as well. I bought at $34.56.40, sold half at $34.62.30, sold half at $34.68.40, then had a close below the previous day's low, and I got out of the rest of the trade at $34.61.50. So really good day trades there. Happy with that. Apple, of course, I never let a day go by without trading Apple, do I? All right, here we go. All right. Now I'm kind of lost. Oh, right. Took the V2 here, or the V1 at 147.41, sold into strength at 147.53, sold into strength at 147.62, sold into strength at 147.75, then had a close below the previous day's low, got out of half, continued to move up here, and oh, I got a little confused. Oh, jeez. I got my trades mixed up here. Oh yeah, it's a green one right there. 147. No, that's right. Sorry, 147.41, 147.53, 147.62, 147.55. Okay, that was it there. Sorry, I did these in the morning and I've... All right, let's go back to the first one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Had the big bar up, again, grabbed it halfway, 147.56, and then had a loss here of 147.36. Sorry, that was confusing. And then IWM, they were so long ago, I forgot them. All right. IWM, I bought here at the V1 220.57, out at 220.78, out at 221.12, got up here near the 100-day moving average, or the 200-day moving average, and just took all of those off the board. Oh yeah, and then here's the last one. I took the V1 here, 221.12, got out at 221.32, and then took a loss on the second one. So anyway, all in all, good trades. Sorry, there were so many trades. I got those a little bit confused. While I'm doing them, I remember them, but oh, look at this here at the end. So let's take a look here. Lily is here. Good to see you, Lilia. Frank is here. Frank, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for everything you do for this channel. Khalid is also here. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Khalid. Johnson said, indices turn positive. David says, hi, Greg and group. Good to see you, buddy. Steve says, metals all got clobbered today along with copper stocks. I will also be exiting FCX today. That was one of the most violent reversals I've seen in a while, 100%. David has stopped out too. Michael Martin says, what's used traders? Not sure I know what that means, Mike. Ava is here. Good to see you, Ava, as always. David says, what a reversal in the SPY. Johnson says, Teladoc V1 double bottom bullish divergence also may be under 30 over 30. Let's take a look. Did it go under 30 over 30? Let's check. 29.56. So yes, it did. It went under 30, over 30. Not much of a V1. Didn't wash it out very well, Sam. And now we're coming right up to resistance of the -1 ATR channel above us. That's resistance above. So that would concern me a little bit. Steve says, holy moly, the LEGR chart today. LEGR. Oh my. Wowzers. What? Oh, it's up 1.65%, but what a huge move. A little chasey, my opinion. Ava says, stopped out at FCX at 35 and dared to get back in at 33.85. -1 will keep one half of it closes over 200. That makes sense. Nigma says, it's always nice to be out of an annoying trade so you can forget about it. I 100% agree with that. Check and see what's going on here. All right, let's head over to trades here. Oh yeah, I had this yesterday for Bruce and I didn't put up there. Bruce got into ODFL at 290.70. Better put that on there. This one's working out pretty well. It's up 0.34% on the day. Not too bad. Way to go, Bruce. Budweiser. Oh, this was something I was looking at earlier, so I can take that off. Disney. Michael Martin bought Disney with the 1050 EMA crossover. He bought at 180.08. It's currently 183.68. It's down 0.37% today, but nice recovery. And Michael is up, it looks like, about an even 2% on the trade. So very nice there. AN, congratulations, Dynamic Duo. Holy hamburgers, holy Hannah. Look at this great trade by the Dynamic Duo. They bought the under 30, over 30, rejection to the negative third HER channel, and a V1 at 105.10. It is 117.58. It's up 6.42% today. And this particular trade up 10.65%. So congratulations to the Dynamic Duo. Yeti. All right, Steve, Dynamic Duo, and Jonathan did buy Yeti Holdings yesterday with the 520 crossover. This was up earlier. Bought this at 101.30. It's currently 100.76, down 0.56% on the day, and now also down on the trade. Beyond Meat, Steve did buy Beyond Meat with the bounce near the 30 RSI yesterday at 110.89. It's down 3.56% today, well off of its lows, thankfully, but unfortunately this one's down on the day and down on the trade. Twitter, another nice trade by the Dynamic Duo with the confluence of signals with the under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, 59.68. Yesterday it closed above the 200, up again today. Fantastic. Dynamic Duo on this particular trade up 4.51%. So way to go there. Trip, who is this? Is this the Dynamic Duo? I think if anyone's in Trip, let me know. I think that's a mistake now. I think I should have had that off. Rich, nice trade, short trade on bonds at 150.95, down 2 days in a row now. So this particular trade for Rich up 0.66% with the short. Uber, Kamal, beautiful trade on Uber, my friend. Kamal bought Uber yesterday at 38.50 with the bounce near the 30 RSI. It's up 2.86% and about up that much on the trade as well. CarMax keeps on going. David, Steve, beautiful trade with the 520 crossover. Bought at 131.25. It's 139.45. It's up 1.91% just today, and on the trade up 5.84%. So very, very nice there, David and Steven. PLTR, another beautiful trade by the Dynamic Duo. Holy hamburgers. Bought 26.27. It's 28.68. It's up 5.95% today alone. And this particular trade up 8.5%. Wow. Really great. Really nice going. NIO. This is the Dynamic Duo. Okay, this one they bought at 38.35. False breakout to the downside. V2. It is 37.10. It's down 2.42% today. So down on the day, down on the trade as well. Ulta, I have Tom and Gary in Ulta with a return to value sideways motion V2. Bought at 383.15. It's 382. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 383.15. It's 382.70. It's up 1.8% today, but still slightly down on the trade. CCL, Lava and Tom did buy CCL with the return to value sideways motion. Bought at 23.31. It's 23.29. It's up on the day, slightly down on the trade. TEN. Bacon Bandit bought the under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 200, over the 200, bought at 13.98. It's 13.48. So it is down 1.17% today and also down on the trade. Boeing, Kamal bought Boeing yesterday at 213 even. It's 214.53. It is up on the day and also up on the trade. And then last but not least, we have CTSH. Bacon Bandit, Ava, and Lava did buy this. I think they bought it here yesterday. I guess they didn't have the price. Probably right there around the closing price. And it is up on the day and also up on the trade. So way to go. Really some really nice trades there. Kind of a volatile day, especially FCX. Pretty volatile. I think Ava is holding that over the 200-day moving average. And again, I did hit an emergency stop here. Don't hit them very often, but you have to have them. It's never any fun, but it does happen for sure. Steve says, I hate babysitting a trade that has gone against me. Usually better to just get out and save time. I 100% agree. Paxton is in trip. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's why it's still up there. And guys are doing well, right? I know you bought it here, 34.72, 35.95. So up on the day. And on the trip or on the trade, up 3.39%. So great. And nice win last night with PLO as well. Packy with Pot Limit Omaha. David said Ford has a 520 cross. Not sure how it back tests. Well, let's take a look. I haven't looked at the Ford chart forever. Let me go over here to ETF replay, see if I can back test that for you. Yeah, it does back test well. So here I have Ford with the 520 exponential back test. And yeah, has a 70.2% return using the approach. Drawdown of 76.4 compared to 95.1. So yeah, it does make sense. But I mean, let's look at, Tom and I had a lesson last night. I don't think I would buy this here with this big of a move up, rejection of the 50. That's just me. I could be 100% wrong, but the back test does look like it works. Steve says F20 crossover has a 1 to 3 risk to reward, 30% win rate. Surprisingly good returns. Yep. Well, I'm glad both of our back tests were simpatico there for sure. So let's take a look one more time. EXP, no profit targets, down on the day. 250 is my line in the sand. So down on the day, up on the trade. FCX did hit the emergency stop today, unfortunately. Goldman Sachs, I'm still short. This has been a really nice short here, keeping that. ICE doing nicely, up on the day, up on the trade. SPY, a little overnight SPY loss, buy that again. And Visa up on the day and up on the trade. All right, okay. All right, what do we have, about 1:30? All right, everybody. Well, listen, before we start looking at potential end of day trades, I like to spend a little time on trader psychology every day. I say this every day, but it is the most important skill that you can learn in trading. Entries, exits, stop losses, blah, blah, blah. They're important. I'm not trying to take anything away from it. You do need it. For sure you need it, right? But creating the plan is not the difficult part. Executing the plan, following your process, that is the tough part. So I do like to pick and choose from some good Facebook and Twitter channels every day that talk about trader psychology. And today this is from Trading Composure. You've heard me talk a lot about Trading Composure, at Trading Composure on Twitter. Please follow him. It's a great channel. He really gets into the nitty-gritty of trading psychology. He knows how important it is. Pretty simple post. Emotions lead to bad trades. Bad trades lead to emotions. Emotions lead to bad trades. Bad trades lead to emotions. So, my number one goal in trading above everything else is to keep myself in a particular emotional state where I care about the trades. I'm not stressed. I'm not screaming, although I do sometimes, but most of the time I don't. I try to stay in that little happy place. The value zone? I like to try to stay in the value zone of emotions so that I don't make decisions based upon emotions. I make decisions based upon my process. And then that that really comes back to position size. You have to find the right balance of position size where you care enough about the trade, but the emotions are not amplified to the point where you break the trade or you break your process or the rules of what you're supposed to do. If you're not quite there, if you haven't figured out that dollar amount or that percentage amount, it's okay, but it's something you should always strive for. You want to care about the trade, but you cannot care about it so much about either the money going up or going down that it gets you off of your plan. So emotions lead to bad trades lead to emotions. So I think from a algebra standpoint or equation standpoint, if we got rid of the emotions, it's not going to lead to bad trades. And if we don't have bad trades, it's not going to lead to emotions. So we need to get the emotions out of there. And that is finding a proper position size. A good rule of thumb, 1% of your account divided by the value of the 2 ATR will adjust for volatility and will give you a good sense of how many shares that you can buy. But you're not going to be emotionless. You can have emotions, but you can't have the emotions override and make you get out of your trade. So you have to find that happy spot of where you care about the trade, but you don't let that caring affect you to get in there and mess with the trade. So emotions lead to bad trades. Bad trades lead to emotions. We need to find a way to reduce those emotions so that it doesn't lead to bad trades. So thank you, Trading Composure. Appreciate that. Again, he's at Trading Composure on Twitter. That was helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for everyone else. Steve says, Boyd Gaming has a 520 crossover, but it's a little chasey. Yeah, it's still in the value zone. We're right back against some previous resistance here, but it does back test well. Let's see if we can check Boyd Gaming on the back test. BYD. Run back test. Oh, you can see this one is not letting me. And by the way, I'm using this by etfreplay.com. Hey, give me 1 second. It's my mid-intermission. Give me about 30 seconds. Okie doke. Okie dokie, here we go. All right, I think I saw a poem from Frank. This is going to be good, so let me copy this, paste this over here so I can share it later. Okay, good. Here we go. This is going to be good. Today's poem. In a way, a portfolio is active and alive. It needs time and attention in order to thrive. No matter how clever we are or the plans we connive, the goal is to prosper, not just survive. Oh, so good. In a way, a portfolio is active and alive. It needs time and attention in order to thrive. No matter how clever we are or the plans we connive, the goal is to prosper, not just survive. I mean, how good is that, Frank? Thank you so much, sir. Paxton says, thank you, Steve. Brilliant. Thank you, Steve. Brilliant poem. Frank, I agree. Michael says, it seems like ever since they became as one, The dynamic duo have merged into one super trader. They should be called the Dynamic Uno. Oh. I mean, I'm so proud of Tracy and Paxton. I mean, I know not every trade's a winning trade. I mean, none of our trades are all winning trades. But, you know, Mike, Paxton and Tracy came to me zero experience. Zero. And now look at them. Amazing. And I'm really glad that they're doing it together. Gives them a goal, gives them a hobby to work together. And, you know, it's good. It's got to be good for a relationship. Those who trade together stay together, right? Those who trade together stay together. Paxton says BYD does backtest well on the 520. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Paxton. Yeah, you should know you like BYD. Fantastic. All right. Take one quick check at current stuff before I get involved in other stuff. EXPE down on the day, up on the trade. FCX hit the emergency stop, is below the 200 now. Goldman Sachs, the short's doing really well. That's a keeper. ICE up on the day, up on the trade. Overnight SPY, market on close order, I'll buy that. And then Visa doing fine. Oh, I didn't hear the bell. Got close to the profit target, but didn't quite get there. Paxton said, I have managed Rusk for over 20 years with poker. I know that's supposed to say risk. And that's true. A lot of good players, a lot of good traders come out of being a poker player. That is true. That's where I met Paxton, was playing poker. Tom says, my wife and I would kill each other, LOL. Maybe, you know, but I think it's nice if a couple can get together and trade. But yeah, I definitely agree. That could be a possibility for sure. Frank says, thank you, Jonathan. Is Jonathan here? Oh, there he is. Good to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're having a nice night in Ireland. All right. Hey, since we're here, let's look at Bitcoin. Tom and I were talking about Bitcoin last night in our lesson. Of course, we had the big move down. You know what I'm going to say. If we get to halfway, we're probably going to find some inherent resistance. It's exactly what happened. Look at this. This is the big down bar. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 days ago. Went down. We got right to the halfway, and we bounced right back down. That 50% there, the Fibonacci, the 50% Fibonacci right there really does act as a lot of resistance if you have a down bar and then rally into it. If you have a big up bar and you come back, there's a good chance it's going to hold at the 50. Of course, not every time, but you know, Tom and I were talking about this last night. And what did we talk about, Tom? We talked about going intra-bar, looking for a short, and I'm sure there was something there. Yeah, that would have worked out. David says, SWKS bounce off the 200 in a V1. SWKS. Yeah, V1 for sure. So I think it's a little chasey in my opinion, David. I mean, if what we look at the big down bar that we had a couple days ago. See the big down bar? Well, if we rally back to that halfway, there's probably going to be some inherent resistance. So here you are here with kind of your technical reward ratio, and all the way down here would be your risk. So I don't like the risk to reward on that trade. Paxton says, don't pat me on the butt too much. FCX was my pick. It's okay. It's totally fine, Paxton. It back tested well. It was a legitimate signal. Legitimate signals don't always work. But look at, you know, yeah, you had one bad trade and you had some other monsters. So I'll pat you on the butt if I want. All right. Paxton says, thank you, Ava. David says, I think my wife could be very good at trading, hoping to be able to trade together someday. You know, I just think having a checks and balances in a relationship is a good thing, especially for trading. What about if, one of us is off the reservation one day, the other one's there to kind of go, right? We all have bad days. We can all make trading decisions. So yes, any kind of partnership, whether it's romantic or just platonic, whatever, I think having a trading partner is a good thing. Ava says QRVO. I think I have this. QRVO. I think I may have this. No, I don't. But I did look at this earlier. Okay, so here we have a V1. We have a close back over into the value zone and a close back over the 200-day moving average. 429,000 shares. It's up today. Pretty good risk to reward ratio there for sure. Let's look at the weekly, Ava. Just kind of neutral, hanging in the value zone. But yeah, I think that makes sense. QRVO. Let me see if I can check that and see if that back tests. QRVO. Oh, we got it. Surprise, surprise. And let's check the simple 200-day moving average. It does backtest well, Ava, 85.9%. So, the key here is that's just an under 200, over 200. But I like the addition of the false breakout from this little range here and the V1 as well. So yeah, not too shabby whatsoever. Frank says buggy whip. Sadly, 2020 marked the lowest sales of printed newspapers in history. Wow, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me. All right, should we get started? Alibaba. All right, here we have Alibaba. Let's make sure this is actually what I think it is. No, it's not a double with the bottom with the bullish divergence. Here we have a low with deep red MACD bars. We rallied nicely into some green. We've come all the way back down. I don't know if this went under 30 or over 30. Let's check. No, it did not reject the 30 RSI. It is not technically a double bottom with the bullish divergence yet. We're going to have to test this low in order for that to happen. So I think I'm just going to be patient on that. And who knows, it might take off here. I mean, it's still a good risk to reward ratio, but I would like the confirmation of the rejection of the previous low and the actual washout and rejection of the 30 RSI. SPCE. Well, this one is a double bottom with the bullish divergence. We have the low over here with deep red MACD bars. We rally into green. We have come back. We went and tested the previous low. No red to be found. This is what's called a double bottom with the bullish divergence and a missing right shoulder. Missing right shoulder means we don't have any red. V2 today, here's day 1, 2, 3, 2 washes out 1, 3 closes above day 1's close. I think, let's see, weekly we're holding at the -1 ATR channel. That looks good as well. Yeah, I mean, this could definitely take, and my stop would be halfway of the washout bar there. I think I'm going to pass on this trade. PLNT, Planet Fitness, it has been holding that 200-day moving average, a little up and down. We were below, above, below, above, 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 above. The moving averages are starting to spread out. It's not bad. That's definitely a consideration for me. Roku, let's see, did we go under 30, over 30 yesterday? Yes, we went under 30, over 30 yesterday and a V1. Today we came back, tested the halfway. It's 33.33. Let's take a look, and it is up on the day. Weekly, still have the -1 ATR channel above. That I don't like so much. VIPS, this looks like it went under 30, over 30. Let's see. 29.76, so it isn't under 30, over 30. Do we have a double bottom with a bullish divergence? We do. Here's our low, deep red MACD bars. We rally into green. We've come equal to or lower than this low over here, and that is your trigger. A trigger is under 30, over 30. It's a $12 stock. Not too excited about buying a $12 stock. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is lost to 200, lost to 250. I'd feel better about it if it were a rejection of the negative third ATR channel, so I am going to pass on that as well. And NKLA. Okay, we have a higher low V2 on NKLA. We're below the, We're above the value zone, back into the value zone, sideways, 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 sideways motion. Here we have the V2. Here is day 1. Here is day 2. Here is day 3. 2 washes out the low of day 1. 3 closing above the close of day 1 has not rejected the 50. Again, it's a $10 stock, which I don't like. Weekly has the 5 EMA right above it. So I think I'm going to pass on that as well. I like Roku or Planet Fitness. Those are my two for today. PLNT or Roku. PLNT. All right, let's break this down again. All right, we're holding above the 200-day moving average. I like that the moving averages are starting to kind of fan out away from each other. It's a good risk to reward ratio. We're above the 50 RSI. Let's check the weekly. Weekly had this big bar before we did reject. I kind of like that. And then Roku, under 30, over 30. Let's check the weekly. Yeah, I'm going to let Roku go because of the negative 1 ATR channel. So my pick on the day, for me at least, is going to be PLNT. As long as it holds the 200-day at the end of the day. Bacon Band says NKLA has some resistance in the midpoint of the 9.8 bar. Yes, you're 100% correct. We're halfway there. It's okay. I just don't like it because it's a $10 stock. Ava says DPZ, higher low V2, negative 1 ATR support, back over the 50 SMA and 50 RSI. Wish it washed out the low of 824. And it rejected the 50 RSI, Ava. Tom, if you're listening, you know, it's already tested the 50 RSI and it has rejected it. So if I was in the trade, I would be getting out of half of the trade here with that rejection. Now, if it closes over, that's a whole other deal. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's okay. It's holding the 10 EMA, holding halfway the big down bar. In order for me to buy Domino's, if it were me, Ava, I would wait for a close back over the 50 RSI on today's bar because it, well, let's double check that. Yeah, it did reject the 50 already, and it close to rejecting the 50 RSI as well, or the 50 SMA as well. Add vibe. I don't really see anything here that gets me too excited. Looks like we went under 30 over 30 yesterday, but we have the 200-day looming above. Me personally, I would wait for a close above the 200-day before I would get involved in that trade. That's just me. Oh boy. All right. I'm going to have to. Sorry. I've got to restart that because that's giving me some issues. All right. Be interesting to see which way this market closes, everyone. Could go either way, right? Could be coin flip. Whoa. PLNT, PLNT. All right, so for me, Planet, I like Planet Fitness here, like that it's up. I like that the moving averages are starting to kind of fan themselves out. We have tested 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row under the 200. Doesn't mean it can't go down tomorrow, but I'm glad that we have a test at least. So I'm just waiting to see here on PLNT. Again, I'm already out of FCX. Unfortunately, I hit my emergency stop. Looks like Visa's holding. Dow's down 31, Nas is up 18, and S&P is down 5. So big recovery during the day, that's for sure. Yeti looked so promising earlier. All right, so Steve exited the following trades. He exited KMX for a 6.12% gain. Congratulations. Exited Beyond Meat for a 3.83% loss. Exited FCX for a 6.4% loss with the 520 EMA cross under. PLNT. All right. go ahead and buy PLNT right now. So again, Steve is out of KMX, he's out of BYND, he is out of FCX. Frank says, did you get any tax tips from your accountant that you can share? I didn't, but he knows I trade, and he asked me about my trading year. And then he started asking me all sorts of trading questions. And my eyes glazed over. And I did try to answer his questions. And he told me about stocks that he bought and he held through earnings and they lost 50%. And I was like, that's about right, about 50%. And I talked to him about Fibonacci, but no, I did not get any good tax information regarding trading, Frank. DOP says, hi, what is your entry signal for PLNT? The rejection of the 200-day moving average. We went under the 200, over the 200. It's up today. It has tested the 200 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times here. Good risk to reward ratio. It's above 50 RSI. Those are my reasons. And it seems like leisure and travel are doing well today. So we'll see. We'll see if it's going to be good or not, but it is a good risk to reward ratio. And on the weekly, we had a big up bar. It's normal to come back to about 50% and bounce is exactly what happened. So I like how the weekly looks. I always factor in the weekly as well as the daily. So I like the structure of the weekly, and I like the good risk to reward ratio on the daily. All right, so Steve is long BYD with the 520 crossover at 61.37. So Steve is long BYD with the 520 crossover. Steve says, beware of wash trades that don't allow losing when you buy it back too soon. That is true. That is good. A wash trade, you're not able to write those off. Although, Frank, maybe one good piece of information here is that, if you get yourself set up with the IRS as far as a professional trader, then you can take the wash trades. That's how I'm set up. So there are no wash trades for me, but you have to designate yourself. I'm not a tax professional. Ask your accountant about it, obviously. But that's something years ago that I got set up. So you might want to ask your accountant about that, being designated as a professional trader. And then, in my opinion, at least my understanding, then you don't have to worry about wash trades. When will be your next course? When will be your next course moving average crossover? Yeah, I need to work on that. I've just been so busy with teaching, but it is planned. I talked about that the other night. About coming out with a new course, and I will definitely let you know, and I'll talk about it here. But yeah, I've had a few people ask me about that. All right, so we have about 1 minute to go. This day is in the can. All right, let's take a look, see where I bought my stuff today. I bought overnight SPY trade at 447.17, and I bought PLNT at 78.48. So overnight SPY trade. Let's take this over here. Bum, 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 and bum, bum, bum. 447.17. Well, that wasn't a very good fill. And then PLNT 78.48. That was a good fill. Okay. All right. There we go. So listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me, if you could please put them in the live stream, we'll get them all taken care of. Before we do that, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I love teaching what I know. I love helping people with their trading. I teach a really good course. The course is 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. You're going to be a better trader if you take this course. I think the best way to learn anything is one-on-one with your teacher or your instructor, and that's why I've constructed the one-on-one in this way. I hear this from my students all the time, right? I try to teach what I can teach during the podcast. I'm limited by time. That's why, I do the long form lessons, because we really get into the nitty gritties. I test you. I let you drive. Okay, here's the trade. Where's the entry? How many shares are we buying? Where's your emergency stop? Where's your intraday stop? Did you hit a profit target? Did you did you reject intraday levels? What's going on with your trailing stop? And I do that for all 5 of the different approaches that I teach. So I teach you step by step. It's a great course. I put a lot of energy and a lot of work into it. It's very important to me that my students succeed. Like, extremely important to me. I take it personally if they don't, right? So, if you one day decide that, hey, I want to up my trading game, I want to improve, I promise you this course will help you improve. It does cost $1,750, but I believe it is worth every single penny. And I've had a lot of great reviews, a lot of great feedback from my students all over the world. So if you're interested, just send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. In the subject line, just say, Greg, interested in potentially taking your course. I'll reply back, say, great, let's do a Skype call. Skype call is not a sales call. I promise you, I don't do sales. I have too many students. I don't have to do sales, right? But I would like to help you. And it's just, the Skype call is a good time for us to get together, have me learn more about you and your trading, your challenges, your goals. It's a good time for you to ask me any specific questions you have about the course. And then after the call, after the Skype call, think about it as long as you want. And then one day, if you decide today's the day, email me back and we'll get the course set up. Secondly, speaking of online courses that Khalid just asked me, I do have a really good online course that's currently available on udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. I teach you step by step how to use that approach. It's one of my favorite strategies. It's a very, very solid course, a lot of content, 9.5 hours. 26 videos, 15 study guides, and the best thing, Udemy, they have low prices on stuff. It's like $12, $15. So it's a great, great way to start out learning about trading if you're not able to do the one-on-ones with me. So the link's in the description. If invest the $12, watch the video, watch the course. You'll know a lot more what I'm talking about if you're watching the podcast, because it's very much everything in there is in detail and all sorts of examples, and it's a great course. So check it out. Again, links in the description. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Helps to build the channel, helps to keep the channel around, and lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content. So if you learned something valuable today, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here. And that is all I ask. All right. So let's see now what's going on. All right. KMX. Steve locked in KMX. Very nice, Steve. Great trade. Picture perfect. Picture perfect. Okay. BYD. Down on the day, but well off the low, Steve. So glad that happened for you. And then FCX, we're all out of that monster, right? All right. And we'll take Steve off there. Doesn't look like it closed over the 200-day moving average. And then Steve is long BYD. $61.37, exactly where it's at with the 520 crossover. 61.37. And that is Steve with the 520 crossover. All right, roger that. Bacon Bandit is out of TEN. That makes sense because it lost the 200-day moving average. But that's what we do, right? Not every trade's going to be a winner, but it was a small loser. That's the point. Right, Bacon? And in PLNT. All right. BB for Bacon Bandit. Like to know the story behind that name one day, Bacon Bandit. David is out of FCX. All right. And in Ford. All right. We haven't had Ford on here in ages. Sorry about my mix-up with my day trades. I had so many day trades today, I forgot what color was what. They were all good, though. There was one loser, I think. I'm going to have to remember that. I trade the same stock, so I get multiple entries, and then it becomes kind of a hot mess. But it was a really good day trading day. Roku. Is, that's not right. That's not even right either. Oh, now I really messed it up. All right, let's go back here. Hey, there we go. All right, Kamal's in Roku at 320 even. Oh, nice. Good entry, Kamal. Good luck on that trade, bud. Okay. Kamal is also in Baba. I kind of thought you might. I think that makes sense. And where do we get into Baba, Kamal? 157. All right, good luck on that, bud. Tom is in Plant and out of FCX. Yeah, you have a good one as well, Tom. Good lesson last night. Boy, that was a nasty whipsaw. Holy hamburgers. Tracy, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're having a good day. Congratulations on those good trades that you had. I know this one's not good, but still out of NIO. Okay. Take the dynamic duo out of there. The dynamic Uno. That was good, Mike. And in PLNT. Michael is out of NIO. All right, so we'll clear the board on NIO. Out of FCX, yep. And QRVO. 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 And that's Mike, right? That's Lava. Okay. There's Lava. Frank says the old uptick rule on shorting really made shorting frustrating. So yeah, that's a rule where before you could short anything, you had to have at least one uptick before it would allow you to do that. Ava is out of FCX. Jonathan is out of FCX. And added V. Added a little bit. What am I supposed to do with that? I'll just put Jonathan then. All right. Well, let's do it this way. Added. Michael, out of Disney 2 days ago. In V and PLTR. Okay, so we're out of Disney. 2 days ago? Okay. In V and PLTR. Okay. And in PLTR. That's Michael Martin. No new trades. Okay. Okie dokie, Smokey. You know, as you know, I do a lot of day trading, and you know, my philosophy on trading is trade as many different markets as you can, trade as many different strategies as you can, and trade as many different time frames as you can. On the time frames, I like to trade monthlies. I've had some wonderful trades there, weeklies, daily bars, intraday bars. You know, in my experience for doing this for a long time, trading all the different time frames really smooths things out. Like today, you know, had FCX, which was a bummer for sure. Some of the other stuff was up, some of the other stuff was down. But what really made this at the very end a profitable trading day for me overall was the day trades. And you know, I have a pretty good track record with day trades. I'm not being cocky about it at all. Knock on wood and all that kind of stuff, right? But I do want to just point it out there that sometimes, you know, swing trades don't do so well, but the day trades help buoy it and kind of make up for some of the losses in the swing trades. Now, sometimes swing trades are great, and I have some losses that take away from that. But all in all, the different time frames, that's the whole reason I bring it up, the different time frames tend to smooth out the equity curve and balance things out. So, you know, again, I like to trade as many different types of markets as possible. I like to trade as many different strategies. You know, I have 5 of them, right? I don't want to just trade deep dip buys. I don't want to just trade crossovers. I don't want to just trade return to value, V1s, V2s, higher low V1s, V2s, or double bottoms with bullish divergences. I like the mix. I like the mix of the different approaches. I like the mix of the different kind of markets, and I like the mix of the time frames. And in my experience, it really does help. So, you know, something to consider, okay? All right, so listen, before I click on out of here, and if you have any other comments or questions, please feel free. Go ahead, I'm happy to help. But I do like to read this every day before the close. Before I click out of here, if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Kornfeld. It's simple. It's to the point. I think it makes sense. It doesn't hurt for us to go out and try to help someone out each day. You don't have to look for it for a microscope, but if it comes your way, somebody could use a little hand, give them a hand. If you could also do that in addition to doing it for a human, if you could do it for an animal, they would appreciate it. It would make the animal feel good. It would make you feel good. The human, like all in all, it's a win-win. So just keep that in the back of your mind. If you see somebody needs a little assistance, give them a little help. And maybe one day somebody will be there for you as well. All right, so what's going on after hours? Apple down a little bit. Goldman Sachs up a little bit. Planet Fitness even. SPY down. VIX up. So tomorrow's Friday. I'll be looking for some end of week trades. Speaking of trading different time frames, I've had some really good trades on the weekly this week. I'll go over those tomorrow. And let's see. So tomorrow is Friday, right? Yep. Paxton says, thanks everyone. Thank you, Paxton. Congratulations on some of those great trades, buddy. Really proud of you and Tracy. The dynamic Uno. Michael says, thank you for everything, Greg. Thank you. Good speaking with you yesterday too, Lova, and catching up. Always like that. So is Miko still in FCX? I didn't see anything from Miko telling me he was out, so I guess we'll keep it. Guess we'll keep that. Okie dokie smoky. All right. Anyone else I can help anything with? Just let me know. Think that's it. Paxton, congratulations on your poker game last night, buddy. Seems like it's pretty tight. That's good. Ava says, for weekly trade, we'll be looking at SAM as it bounced. Oh, thank you, Ava. Let me put that down on the weekly watch list. And that's SAM. Let's take a little preview of SAM. On the weekly. Boston Beer Company. Yeah, the beer companies, Budweiser, came to life a little bit today. Yeah, I like it. Now look, if I'm trading the weekly, I have to look at the monthly, right? We always want to look at the higher time frame. Let's look at the monthly. 50 SMA, support close down there. Weekly, holding the 200. I think it's a good risk to reward ratio. Let's look at the daily. Double bottom, bullish divergence. I mean, look at the move down, 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 down. But look at the MACD being green, 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 green. I like it, Ava. I like it a lot. Thank you for that. Very likely one that I will take tomorrow on the weekly. All right. Well, I think that's it for today, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Be good, be safe, drive safe, hit the thumbs up button, but mainly just have a good day, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.